Central Asia is a region where almost all important actors of the international arena have certain interests. However, three of them, Russia, United States and China, are the most important players in the region whose interplay of interests is actually shaping the geopolitical picture of the region. Russia considers Central Asia as a part of its near-abroad area, and it has continuously tried to block the rise of any foreign powers' influence in the region. Even though Russian positions in the region have strongly been weakened in comparison with the 1990s, Russia still remains the country with the strongest means of influence over interstate relations in the region, as well as the intrastate political process in Central Asian countries. During the first years of Barack Obama's presidency, Central Asia remained out of United States foreign policy attention due to the Russia first policy, or reset policy with Russia. However, now we can witness the intensification of United States contacts with local countries, which are the vital passage route for the Northern distribution network to withdraw, which will be used for withdrawing United States troops from Afghanistan. United States, now it's clear that United States is not going to fully pull out from Afghanistan by 2014, and Washington wants to preserve its positions in Central Asia, particularly to keep its control over Manas Air Base in Kyrgyzstan. Therefore, United States promises to give part of the weapon from Afghanistan to Central Asian countries, as well as pledges to increase financial aid to the regional countries. During the recent years, we have also witnessed activation of Chinese policy in Central Asia region. Rapid economic growth of the country demands access to reliable energy and other natural resources, and this brings Central Asia to the focus of Chinese foreign policy. Taking advantage of economic problems of Central Asian countries created by economic crisis, as well as using the weakening of Russian hand in Central Asia as a result of economic difficulties, China intensified its penetration into the region via allocating a large amount of credits and investment for Central Asian countries. Opening of China-Kazakhstan oil pipeline in 2009, as well as opening of Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan-China gas pipeline marks a new beginning of China-Central Asia relations, and this also was a significant blow to Russian monopoly over the export of Central Asian hydrocarbon resources. Now Chinese influence in Central Asia is gradually but steadily growing in the region, and in the long-term period, China is considered to become the strongest geopolitical rival of Russia in the region. Along with the activity of big powers, certain regional processes also impact the geopolitical situation in Central Asia. Among them, we can particularly mention a rivalry for the regional leadership between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, Tajik, Uzbek and Kyrgyz-Uzbek water disputes, rise of terrorist and extremist threats, potential for ethnic clashes, and etc. For Azerbaijan, Central Asia is a huge region located in immediate neighborhood and populated by nations who share common linguistic, historical, religion and civilization background. Rising economic power and investment potential of Azerbaijan paves a way to intensification of Azerbaijan's foreign economic policy in the regions far beyond the country's national boundaries. Central Asia is one of those regions which has a strong potential to become the priority regions for Azerbaijan for economic cooperation. Along with economic cooperation in many fields, Azerbaijan is interested particularly in two fields in Central Asia: energy and transportation. In the field of energy, Central Asia is important for Azerbaijan, both in terms of exporting Central Asian hydrocarbon resources through Azerbaijani pipeline systems to the west, as well as exporting refined oil products to Central Asia itself. Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline remains the important export route for Turkmen oil, and only in 9 months of 2012, 2.3 million tons of Turkmen oil was exported through the pipeline. As it was mentioned by Suat Mambayev, oil and gas minister of Kazakhstan, his country will also resume exporting oil through BTC pipeline in near future. When the production will start in Kazakhstan's giant oil field Kashagan, oil production in the country will rapidly rise, and in the third phase of production, only Kashagan field will produce about 1.6 million barrels of oil in a day, which is equal to the whole Kazakhstan's daily oil output today. It's clear that existing and planned oil pipelines of Kazakhstan will not be sufficient to export this amount of oil, and Kazakhstan will again use BTC pipeline for exporting its oil resources. As I mentioned before, Azerbaijan is also exporter of refined oil products to Central Asian market. Despite richness in oil resources, refinery capacity of Central Asian countries is not enough to meet the local demand for refined oil products. Therefore, Kazakh region is expected to be dependent on imports in this field for a long period. Taking into consideration this, Azerbaijan is considering to invest in Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan to build refineries there and to strengthen its position in this attractive market of Central Asia. So, considering this project as a part of the SOCAR's overall investment strategy in Turkey, in Black Sea countries and in other European countries, we can see that their realization is very important in terms of converting SOCAR from national oil company to transnational company, which will continue to bring significant financial revenues to the country, even when the amount of exported crude oil will decrease in future. Other regional priority of Azerbaijan is to establish Caucasus Central Asia transit route for trade between Europe and Asia. Only in 2011, trade between European Union and China reached to $430 billion, and attracting part of this trade to pass through our transit corridor will create a very important revenue source for the country. First steps in this direction was made in 1993 with the signing of Traseka Agreement. However, establishment of a competitive transit route which will carry a large amount of goods between Asia and Europe demands establishment of effective regional railway network. And several projects has been launched in this direction. In 2014, the Baku-Tbilisi-Kars railway is expected to be put into use, and with the completion of this project, there will be direct railway link between Europe and Azerbaijan. However, to link Azerbaijan railway systems effectively to Central Asian railway system, we need to establish effective ferry routes in Caspian Sea and consequently modern ports with larger capacity. Azerbaijan is already building a new port facility in Alat, and the first phase of construction is expected to be finished in 2015. When the third phase of construction will be completed, the operational capacity of the Alat port will reach to 25 million tons of dry cargo and 1 million containers per year, which will make Alat one of the largest ports on the coast of Caspian Sea. Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan has similar plans to modernize Aktau and Turkmenbashi ports, and Kazakhstan has already finished the construction of 2 railway lines. These railway routes already connects Azerbaijan with China through Caspian Sea and Kazakhstan's territory. And the new railway route is expected to be constructed, which will link China, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. So the realization of all these transportation projects supported by Azerbaijan and cooperation with Central Asian countries in this field will considerably contribute to the development of both Azerbaijan and the whole region.